Right, so we're doing a bathroom, but we want it to be a wet room. It's a small area, but we can get everything in it. Now, for those of you who've watched our other videos, you'll see downstairs that we did a wet room with a shower tray in, and we tanked it. And we tanked it with this, called mapei. Yeah. Right, now,
where do you get that from?
Right, so Screwfix, Toolstation.
And how much is it
online
roughly?
For the tub, which includes this lovely stuff.
It's quite tightly sealed, isn't it? It obviously would be.
It's that.
That's like a blue.
It's like a really thick
Thick
emulsion, basically. That's all I can describe. Real thick. Don't need to stir it or anything. Okay, so you get a tub of that. You get some primer. There's not a lot in there.
How much is about half of it?
Yeah, there's not a lot in there. Yeah. There's not a lot. You can buy a 5 litre tub from Screwfix if you need more, and you probably will need more of this.
Yeah, you will do, I reckon.
And they provide this tape. Right. So you get that. That and that. What you would do first of all, for example, we're going to do the floor in here as well at some point. You paint this on the floor with primer or on the wall. I've already done these walls here, but I'm going to put a bit more tape on that joining and just show you how to use it.
Okay.
So you prime the walls with this. Could be plywood. Here we're using 18mm plywood on the floor,
right,
and on the walls as well.
Okay.
Yeah. And then you would let that dry a couple of hours, and then what you do, you paint this lovely stuff on.
And this is called Mape Gum WPS.
Yeah. So this is going to be our shower area. It's all boxed in. Don't worry about how rough it looks now, because it won't be seen. The key thing is that it's waterproof and watertight.
So what is this stuff?
Right. This is a tape that comes with the kit. And if you look here, there's a mesh.
Inner tube, isn't it, in the middle?
Mesh each side, stretchy, it's flexible, and this is like a rubbery stuff. And what we're going to do is I'm going to put a piece down here. I've already got a piece internally, but I just want to make doubly sure.
So you apply that side.
So we're just going to.
I might need to hold that actually.
Cut a piece approximately. She's going to fit.
So what does this kit do then? What's the purpose of using it?
Well, upstairs or downstairs, it seals the room and stops any water escaping from the floor or walls. Basically, if you're putting a wet room in,
because you don't want your tiles falling off or damage elsewhere in the home.
The tub might be 50 quid, and if you look at our other videos, we had a shower room, wet room done by a contractor. Unfortunately, they didn't tank. A lot of people refer to this as tanking the room, sealing the room. They didn't do that on a plasterboard wall. Within 6 months, the tiles had cracked and moved, and the wall was rotten, and the whole lot had to be ripped out.
Floor needed,
yeah, and it gone under the floor and everything. Okay. The cost and expense
was a lot.
It was absolutely stupid. So, if you were starting from scratch, you'd get some of this in a cup or something.
And you can buy more of this.
Yeah, and you will need more of this.
Oh, it's all there.
And
it's like a blue liquid.
Yeah, here look.
Blue type liquid.
Look. That's basically what it is. So you brush it on with a brush, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, it's not a problem doing that. I'm just gonna.
And that just
dries.
Yeah. Okay.
So that's that. So you'd seal that, and And then what I'm going to do now is use this lovely stuff.
So that stuff there you can apply directly to walls and floors, and this mate gum, this stuff, and you also use it to affix the
after you've primed it with this.
After you've done that first.
Yeah. So if you're using the tape, because it does a corner, to seal the corners.
Right.
And then when we're not at that point yet, but when we are at that point, we'll use the same process to do the floor as well, like that.
So you can do
to seal it all off. We've got to tidy these edges up first. So, using the gum, and having used this before, just slosh it on.
You slap it on basically.
Advice. Yeah, wear some gloves.
Yeah.
Because this stuff does stick.
What would you say it's like, sort of a...
Well, just a real thick paint, basically.
Okay. Old clothes then.
You know, at the end of the day, you're gonna, if it comes on your floor like it is here, don't worry about it, because you know you're gonna go over it anyway.
Yeah.
Right. So I've got my tape. I want to seal this corner. Basically, I want to put half on each wall. So I've sort of position it roughly.
Okay.
There. In fact, if you look, it has got a line in the middle, but you should be able to work it out. So I'll push it virtually down to the bottom. I'm just going to cut a little bit off the bottom here. It's too long at the moment. If you find it's gone adrift a bit at the bottom, just pull it off and push it where you want it.
There is a bit of a trick to using this tape as well, isn't there, with the mesh and the paint.
Yeah. So I've got it on there now, on the wall. And what I'm going to do, I've put a bit on the wall to help it stick. Just do that.
And that gets on the mesh and
Take
in
it
the
from
mesh,
me.
doesn't it? And it keeps it all together.
Right. By morning, doing this now, you can see it's dark. Yeah. That will have gone off. Basically, I've put a piece of this behind the ply and I've joined the edges together, and I'm putting another bit on here just to make sure, because this is where the water's going to go, that I really do have a tight seal.
Yeah, we don't want any problems with this. So you can use it on the corners of the walls, the floors,
edges of the floors. And usually in here, it's got a really wide windowsill. So if you play around with that, just push it about, just get some stuff in it. You know, if you miss a bit, put a bit more on it tomorrow.
Yeah. But you apply it thick on these bits, don't you, to go between the mesh and the wall to keep it all together.
Can't stress, if you're doing a wet room or even a shower room, how important it is for you to seal your wall corners and your edges.
Yeah.
It is imperative. If not, it'll look real pretty to start with, but with a matter of months,
you have problems.
And can you imagine having to rip that shower tray out? So here, you can see I've already put some tape on the edges here, because this is a windowsill, so eventually we'll have a little slope coming, it'll slope down, you can always see it coming to bits. We'll put some tape on there, we'll even put some around the edge there. In fact, I'll do that edge now.
Okay. So this is made by mapei, I think that's how you pronounce it, and it's about 40 something quid. You can get it from Screwfix and Tool Station. If you are putting the shower and bathroom, etc., and it's well
Don't take the risk.
worth considering it. You get 3 things in the box: primer, paint and tape. You can get more of it. Interestingly, this mate gun WPS that comes in this kit, we did find something else called Aqua Defence, which is a big thing of the same stuff. So you can get it if you look for it. Whether they be named it,
to be the same product.
It appears to be the same.
Made by the same company.
Same as that.
Right, so I'm just going to stick a little bit on. Like I say, right, it does not have to be pretty. In fact, don't mess with it too much.
It's going to be tiled in here anyway.
Just get on and do it. The most important thing is that you're waterproofing it. That's your aim with this, not to create a work of art.
Yeah. It should last years as well, because it's behind everything.
We are particular when we do the shower rooms and that, with what, you know, probably a little bit overboard, because I've seen the damage it does and the inconvenience. Oh, you know, we're fortunate we've got two toilets. I mean, we didn't have 2 bathrooms, but so stick a load on, isn't that? Didn't we?
And that's how you apply the tape.
Position it roughly. And this is what I'm doing here is the same way you do the floor. You do corners. You might do a ceiling edge. Yeah.
Yeah.
But obviously your corners. See, I've done it there. You can see I've already put this tape down there.
Yeah.
It's drying off. I've used it where I've got holes in the wall, the pipes coming out.
Yeah, that's all tanked as
That's all sealed off.
all sealed.
There.
And obviously we'll have nice tile over with a hole cut. It's just at the moment it's.
Well, we'll do a final.
Yeah.
When we're done. And look, I've just put that on there, so I'm going to make sure that
No problem with that.
that is sort of. And this stuff does set like cement once it's gone off.
And you can apply it with a brush and a roller. You've done it with a brush most of the time, haven't you?
Yeah, I find it easier with a brush, but that's just me. Some people might say, well, you've got a couple of bits coming up here, you could have done that. So it is quite versatile.
You just need a sharp pair of scissors, really, don't you?
Yeah.
Sharp scissors.
So I'll probably just have that running up there, in that corner there. I mean, you can position it. See what I mean? It's just, I want to see that corner so it's really real good fit.
It sort of holds it in place, doesn't it?
Yeah.
Once you slopped a bit on there.
Yeah. Don't worry about. Just make sure it's in with push it in with a brush like that if you want. You know, if you're not happy.
And how long does it take to dry this stuff? This paint?
2 or 3 hours. One thing I did notice that before, if you use a brush handle, push it in. If you want, that
Gets
helps
it
a
right
little
in the
bit.
corner, doesn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let me just do that other corner. Sometimes you've got to leaving it just to go off a little bit, and then just going back over, putting a bit more adhesive on. This gummy stuff they sell. But bear in mind, I've got probably 2 or 3 bits of tape already on here. Very good, is it? Wife's scissors, best scissors. And I'm sure there are more skilled operators using this stuff than me, but we have used it. One thing we can say, we've used it downstairs. We've used it like this, yeah, and we've had no problems at all. So I would leave that to go off a little bit.
And then maybe do a little bit more once. You can't do too much at
Just let it go, push it in, let it harden off a little bit, and then areas that I'm not happy with, I'll just put a little bit more on it. Simple as that. Right, so like I say.
And you paint this stuff on the walls as well, don't you? It's not just the corners, it's for walls as well.
And the tape on.
Floor walls.
And you paint it on everything. So don't forget, so you would seal it.
Seal it, whatever you're sealing.
My advice, if you're doing a big room like this, you go to Screwfix and you buy another 5 litres of this.
Yeah.
For the sealer, because the more sealer you put on, it's a bit like undercoat, the less stuff of this you'll use. And you're supposed to have 0.8 of a mil, I think it is, coverage. Okay. So the more you've got, especially in the area where it's going to be the shower and a lot of water, just put a fair bit on the walls. You know, so it's thick, so you can't see through it. You want a nice thick coating.
Yeah.
Basically, yeah. You put it on, you see what I mean. You cannot go wrong. It is idiot proof. Yeah. Seriously. And obviously if you're doing corners you need to slice and cut your corners to make them look pretty, but just use plenty of this. Anyway, I hope that helps somebody.
So that's how to tank a bathroom, sort of whatever you're putting in.
Yeah.
We're using this particular product. I'm sure there are
I've
other
already
ways,
sealed that flooring
this is
with that, and apart from sealing the flooring, I've also used white acrylic emulsion, Leyland, because that
we
waterproofs
have
it as
made a
well.
review about that, haven't we?
I've sealed all the edges of all the flooring.
And this flooring here, it is coming up. It's just
We're just
for a minute
to
to stand on it, yeah.
And when I'm finally there with it, the last thing this will have coated on it is some of this,
Just to protect it,
tanking
to ensure no
membrane.
problems.
Yeah, liquid tanking membrane. That's what it's basically called. So yeah, do not do a wet room or shower room without using
A
this
product
stuff.
like this, or use this because we've
Because
used it.
it'll be short term, I guarantee you. And it's not sometimes the cost of putting it right, which will cost you. It's the work undoing what you've done and scraping everything off and chipping your shower tray up.
And you
or
wreck
wet
stuff.
tray.
You wreck stuff when you try and
All
put it
off.
off.
And obviously unhappy customers, i.e. the wife.
Well, even if you're a contractor,
You
you're
would-
looking to do a job for somebody, you
Yeah.
want to do it properly.
And you will get a professional finish with this. Tiles will stick a lot easier. We've used 18mm ply on here, 18mm ply on the floor. So it costs a little bit more, but I know we're not going to have any leaks. We'll seal this, tape this off with that as well when we're finished to seal all that.
Yeah, so that'll be.
We'll tape all around the edges when we tidy these edges up a little bit.
Still a bit more work to do, isn't there?
That'll all be sealed. You see how it sets? I've left a lump there and it does go quite hard.
Yeah.
So it is good stuff. Yeah, we think this is the same as this.
I think make WPS is the same. As
Yeah,
we managed to pick
I've
that
used
up
it.
somewhere actually.
It was discounted from 50 quid to 21. I've used it and it appears to be exactly the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that is the review / using the Mapei shower waterproofing kit, and you can get this from
Screwfix
or Tool Station.
Tool
but
Station,
check the prices
predominantly.
between them.
And
get
you
the
will
best deal.
need definitely a pair of gloves. Get a pair of rubber gloves, something like this. They're just handy. You'll need a brush. I find brush is easier. People say roller, but it goes everywhere. And a pair of sharp scissors.
Sharp scissors.
And just drop your roll of tape before and roughly get your measurements. It makes life a lot easier. Wash your brush, just put it in warm water and leave it in a bucket. Be prepared to lose your brush because it sort of gets a few lumps in it, but apart from that, it's great stuff. Like I say, we've used it. It's a proven product with us. It works.
Yeah, and we're using it again because we
Yeah.
trust it. Okay, thank you very much for watching. I hope that helps. If you have any questions, just ask in the comment section.